You're watching Today I Grew Up.
Hey partners, today we have a movie accurate Jessie mod, custom build mod part 2, and we are going to do the hair mod this time. And I really love the head swap that we did with the UK Mattel body. People were asking me, what about the hat? Well, here's the hat on Jessie's head. So you can kind of see it's using the Signature Collection head. So the Signature Collection hat works. The only problem is the hair is too thick. So what inspired this mod was my friend Emma, known as Emma in Candyland in YouTube. She used to make Toy Story videos. She actually did a Jessie hair mod on Facebook, and these are the photos. I think they look awesome. So I'm going to kind of replicate what she did because it looks more like the movie. So I went to the craft store and I found some yarn. Obviously she has a head full of yarn. So I'm going to shave her head. She's going to go bald temporarily so we can put on the yarn. So I went to the craft store and I found this yarn bee. It's called True Colors. It is a red yarn. It is 76 yards. I'm not going to use all of that. It's too much. But it was only $5 for this. So I was just trying to find something that looked like Jessie's red hair full of yarn. So we're going to use this and let's shave Jessie bald. So here we go. I'm going to take off the hat. Yeah, there's just way too much hair going on, so definitely going to start by cutting the ponytail off. Don't try this at home unless you're a professional. Okay, so that was a lot of hair. Already, that was a lot of hair already removed, and Jessie has a lot of hair. She doesn't look too bad like this, actually. It looks pretty good. Wow, so this is something I didn't know about Jessie, is that she kind of has red dyed underneath her hair, which is going to help us because what's going to happen is when we cut all the hair off, if there's anything, the red could help fill in any gaps. So that's actually a really cool thing. She looks like she's rocking out. Alright, so I'm going to keep using the scissors and seeing if I can get some more of the hair off of Jessie here. It's interesting that she has a speaker on top of her head. I did not know that. The Signature Collection Jessie and Toy Story Collection Jessie are probably designed the same way and probably have the speaker. Well, bald Jessie is coming along. She definitely looks more like Sid's baby toy bald. But yeah, so that's really interesting. I'm trying to get the last of the hairs on the edges here, and then I found out that there's a screw hole here, so I kind of want to unscrew this. So if you ever wanted to know what was inside Signature Collection Jessie's head, well, it's a wire in there because that's connected to the soundboard, which is here, the speaker. So they housed this Jessie speaker inside of her head, which is really interesting. This was for Signature Collection Jessie, so and I assume Toy Story Collection Jessie is the same, but that's interesting. I never knew that before. But yeah, I'm gonna screw this back because otherwise the head shape is gonna be weird. So I'm gonna screw that back. But I thought that was interesting. So this is probably the best I could do with the razor. I went over and tried to get the small pieces out. It was really hard to do. I think this is probably the best I'm gonna get. Some of the hair up here I had to scrape off with scissors because it really wasn't coming off, and there's still some left over, so I may have to use the razor again to get those off. But other than that, most of it should come off, and when we apply the new yarn, it should start coming together. So it did take an hour or two to do, but the yarn transplant is complete. I really love how this yarn hair mod came out. The braid is just a lot thinner. It's a lot smaller. What Thinkway Toys and Disney Store gave us was a little too ridiculous. I was able to repurpose the Signature Collection Jessie bow, so that works out perfectly. Basically, I used hot glue gun to individually glue each hair strand on her head. and then braided this braid with just a few strands from the end. So these pieces were cut right here, and then these longer pieces were braided, and that's how I achieved that effect. So anybody could do this, but only if you know how to braid hair. That's definitely a skill you're going to need to have, because if you don't know how to braid hair, you're not going to be able to do this mod successfully. So if you know someone who can braid hair, try to copy it. Basically all I used was hot glue, scissors, and the yarn that I found at the craft store. Now I do want to show you guys this, the top of the hair. So I really love how this Jessie came out. I'm telling you, like, it looks so much more like the movie, especially with the custom hair mod. But basically, yeah, hot glue. I layered each strand individually, as you see there, and it looks perfect. I love that it just looks thin. It's straight to close to her body there. This reminds me of Jessie the cowgirl from Toy Story, but now with movie accurate hair, something that we never got. Disney Store got it wrong. Thinkway Toys collection Jessie got it wrong. But if you do some hard work at home and try your best, sometimes you can do better than the Toy Factory, because a handmade movie accurate prop replica, sometimes your best bet than a Toy Factory, because there's a lot of love that goes into it, time, attention, and detail that goes into the hair mod. So thank you, Emma, out there, my friend Emma. She's the one who inspired me to do this mod. Since she did it on her Jessie, I knew that I was like, okay, one day I'm gonna do that mod, because it's just so cool. I don't want to ruin this hair, so I'm like clipping her on the side. I'm like, please don't ruin the hair. It's just for display, but it's glued on there pretty well, and so I'm not too scared or worried. Now let's put the hat on. This is the Signature Collection hat, because people were asking me, what about the hat? This is what Jessie looks like now with the Signature Collection hat. Since this is a Signature Collection Jessie head, I was able to put that in it. There's no problem. The hat fits her perfectly. So this Jessie looks amazing now. Now I wanted to show you a quick comparison between my 2010 white logo Jessie right here and my modded Jessie. As you can see, the hair differences. Up until this point, I really believe that the best hair came on 2010 Jessie from the factory, because it's a little too short. In the movie, it does come down to right above her belt, and also in the movie, her braid is very thin like this and not thick. This is too thick, so that's something I never was happy with. And then also, obviously, we used thicker yarn because that's how it was in the movie. This is too thin. Thinkway Toys gave us really thin pieces of yarn or thread. It almost looks like thread, not yarn. So I really think that doing the mod, custom mod, was 100% necessary for this, because at the end of the day, what's going to look most like the movie is going to be the yarn of hair, which Thinkway Toys tried, but I really feel like doing your own yarn mod is very, very movie accurate. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think of my movie accurate Jessie hair mod? I think it came out fantastic. Better than my wildest dreams. Here's a close view of my Jessies now that they are complete. Movie accurate mod on the left, 2010 collection Jessie on the right. And you can just tell what Thinkway Toys tried. Mattel body, end of the day, for me, is 100 times better. And just the body proportions look more like the movie. Definitely looks more like the movie to me. Here's a side view of Jessie and collection Jessie. The hair is just so much better here on the movie accurate mod that I did. I'm just really happy that it ended up working out, and looks so good. Here's the back view of the Jessies with the hat on. Here is the other side view of the sides. Now here's movie accurate Jessie. Really happy with this mod. If you compared this Jessie with the movie still, I'm just really happy with this. I really feel like this is the closest toy that you're gonna get for Jessie. You just gotta put in some hard work. So doing the head swap, getting a signature collection head is ideal. Painting the eyebrows brown, because that's how it is in the movie. Using this UK Mattel body is really helpful, because it really does look like Jessie from the movie. And then obviously the hair mod, using yarn, individual strands, to make the braid smaller, thinner, and a little longer, just like it is in the movie. And it was definitely not one of the easiest mods I've ever done. Probably one of the hardest mods because of the hair, and laying each strand of hair with hot glue was not an easy process. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I really think the hard work paid off. Really happy with this mod. I think it looks perfect. And I'm going to do a Jessie mod part 3. We're going to upgrade the buttons tomorrow, and that'll be the last for a Jessie mod. As always, partners, thank you for watching, for liking, for subscribing to my channel. Please comment, like, and share with your friends. And I'll see you, partners, on the next video review.